Right, welcome to another game of AIG Baseball. My name is Brian Hafferkamp. I'm the designer and creator of this game. In today's game, we're going to have the 1979 Kansas City Royals at the California Angels. On the mound, it'll be Nolan Ryan for California and Rich Gale for Kansas City. So let's made some changes to the game and some additions. So let's walk through just the different game parts. The outs chart is the same. Haven't made any changes there. Same thing with the walks and strikeouts, the hits, singles, doubles, triples, homers. So all that is the same. I've revamped the weather charts. So some of the weather charts are for the southern USA, and on the back side you can see it's for the northern teams. So if you play in an outside stadium in the north, you'll use one side. If you use a southern stadium, you'll use a different side. I've also created some ballpark effects. This is for ballparks from 1979, and just gives you a little bit of extra boost or whatever to singles, doubles, triples, home runs, and pop outs. So pop outs obviously for foul range, like whether a ball goes out of play or not. Home runs speaks for itself. Does a ballpark give up a lot of home runs or not? The Astrodome, notoriously good for pitchers, so all of the base hits are sort of down in that ballpark. Fulton County Stadium, the launching pad, so you get a little boost on home runs. Wrigley is an interesting one because it's ±2, so you have a pregame roll to see whether the wind is blowing in or out if you want to do that. So it either gives up +2 on home runs or it takes away 2. So it's kind of the feast or famine at Wrigley Field. Yankee Stadium, there's a short porch in right, so the home runs only count, or actually all these numbers only count for left-handed batters. So actually it'll be the home runs. I should clarify that. Only home runs. So you can play some of those things. The +1s, let's see. In Busch Stadium, you get a +1 or +2. It's kind of favors gap hitters. You have the turf, which allows more singles, that kind of thing. Haven't done much here. I re-clarified some of the things up here with the flyouts. This is the basic sheet. I'm going to be playing with the advanced sheet today. But on ground outs, you basically roll here. It'll either be an error check on a regular 1 to 6. Or it'll be a defense check on a 9 or 10 for a ground out. For defensive flyouts, I've taken away some of those gap hits and things like that. So it'll be a defense check down the line in left and right field, and then on a 4 in center field. That'll be a defense check. Otherwise, there's some error checks and just some regular flyouts. Line outs haven't changed and pop outs haven't changed. So I also recreated this sheet here with the bunting. So we have sacrifice bunts now, and on the back side you'll see a squeeze play with a hit and run. These are a little less common, so the more common things are going to be on this sheet. And you can see the sac bunts are here. If we need to do a defensive check, it's nice and big here, and then after a hit by pitch we roll for a player injury, and so that one is there. And then the final piece that you can see here is that the player cards have color on them now. So you can see Kansas City and California. And so all of the player cards have color to them now, pitchers and batters, which I know a lot of people like to have the color on there. Maybe some people don't care, but I know a lot of people like that. I've also added 3 more players. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The old cards only had 6 players by 3. This has 7 players by 3. And hopefully that's going to get you a few more starting pitchers onto the set. So you'll get 21 batters. I just realized I had a lot more room here on the edges, and so why not add in more players? I was having to cut some people off. Obviously, you're going to get, for an older season especially, you're going to get all the pitchers, but you can get up to 28 pitchers, which is going to cover most of the pitchers in most seasons. So Let's go ahead and get this one started. We will have Nolan Ryan. He is their #1 starter going against the Kansas City Royals. It'll be Willie Wilson, George Brett, and Al Cowens in the first inning. We're going to read these red die first. Second die is going to be the white. So 56 to Willie Wilson, who is here. 56 is into his K range. Nolan Ryan, obviously, with a plus on his K range. And so that is going to be a strikeout. 79 on a strikeout is pitcher dominates the batter, and he cannot make contact. So first out in the inning is Willie Wilson. George Brett up next, 66. Is into his ground out range, but the strikeout range extends to a 72, so that's actually going to be a strikeout, as George Brett is late to the fastball and he can't catch up, and the Ryan Express blows it by him for a strikeout. Nolan Ryan, 16 and 14 in 1979, 3.60 ERA, 223 is the number of strikeouts, and 114 walks, so you'd expect some walks. That's his walk rating is a +4. So a 90 to Al Cowens is going to be here into his lineout range. 17 on a lineout is going to be lined out to the third baseman. So we go L5, and that's a 1-2-3 inning for the Ryan Express. We head to the bottom of the first. Kansas City will send out Rich Gale to the mound, and he'll be facing Bert Campaneris, Carney Lansford, and Dan Ford. We have a 20 to Campaneris. A 20 is going to be into his single range, and that will be on a single. Campaneris is a right-handed batter, so that's going to be a line drive to left field. Clean single for Campy, and he's at first. He is a regular stolen base guy. He's got an 80 for his stolen bases, so pretty fast, but he can't steal until the 5th inning. So we'll leave him there at first base. A 97 to Carney Lansford. 97 is going to be into his pop-out range. A 26 is a pop-out to second base, sky-high pop-up to second base. So we'll go P4. That'll be out number 1. Dan Ford to the plate. 75 to Dan Ford is into his ground-out range. An 8 on a ground-out from a right-hander is going to be a routine 6-3 play. Now we look at our base running on ground-outs. We have a runner at first base with 1 out. Routine ground ball, force out at second. The batter is out at first. So we're going to go 6-4 on the put out. That'll be out number 2. And he'll be safe at first on a 6-4 put out. Dan Ford, no speed to speak of. This will be Don Baylor to the plate. Baylor, a 17, is going to be a base knock. And that will be a 55, a looper into shallow left field. Extra base chance for the runners. We're going to give the runners an extra base anyway, because they would be running with 2 outs. So no need to do that. And that'll put runners at the corners for Willie Aikens. 63 to Willie Aikens, who is here. He's a left-handed batter. 63 is into his ground out range. So 58 is going to be a 6-4-3 double play. And we'll just call that a 6-4 put out. And that'll be out number 3. So, Kansas City strands 2. And we head to the top of the second inning. This game is almost ready for beta. This is going to be the beta season, 1979. So whenever you're able to download it for free, I'll let you know. But otherwise, this will be the season that we're going to use. So hopefully people will get in and play it and see if there are better ways that we can do some things. Still wanting to smooth out hit by pitches and some other things, but I think most things are okay at this point. 56, this is to Daryl Porter. Porter is here. 56 is into his ground out range, but Nolan Ryan, of course, a plus 11 makes him a 60, up to a 65. So that's going to be a K for Nolan Ryan. And that will be the batter swings and misses in a full count. Porter down on strikes. 3 strikeouts for Nolan Ryan in the first 4 batters. 7, that's going to be pretty good for George Scott. Let's see, a 7 is going to be into his doubles range. A 44 on a double. Scott is a righty. 44, that's a liner into the deep left field corner. So he lines one down the line just fair, and he'll roll into second base standing up as the first hit of the game for Kansas City. Comes from George Scott. And here's Pete Lecoq, the DH, lefty batter. He's a 10, got a 10. That's going to be a single. And an 82 on a single to a lefty is going to be a grounder to first base. It's off his glove and into right field. That's ruled a single. And the runner will move up 1 base. I guess we could try to score on that, but there's no real direction. Amos Otis. We're going to have 3 hits in a row here as Amos Otis with a 9. That's going to be a triple. 15 on a triple for a right-hander is a 1-hopper to the right center field wall, and the batter motors into third base. Amos Otis with the bases clearing triple is going to score 2 runs, and just like that, Kansas City leads 2-0. So a 1-out triple into the right center field gap for Amos Otis is going to bring up Frank White. A 39 to White will be into his strikeout range. Let's see, Ryan's walk is a +4, so that means it's a 35. So 39 is definitely into his K range, and 82 is the batter swings and misses a fastball at the top of the zone. So Ryan gets a strikeout for out number 2. And he faces Freddie Patek for the last chance here in the inning. 26 to Patek is into the walk range, so that's going to be a walk. 52, just your pitch is high and outside, and the batter takes the walk. So that will put runners at first and third with 2 down, 2 already in for Kansas City. A 19 for Willie Wilson will be a single, and a 24 to a switch hitter. He's batting left-handed, so a 24 is going to be a line drive into right field. That's a clean single. Everybody's going to get 2 bases, so the base runner is going to go to third. And that'll be an RBI single as Willie Wilson drives in a run. And that is 3-0 Kansas City over California. 63 to George Brett. That's going to be another strikeout. So a 12. Batter's caught looking on a nasty curveball. And we know Nolan Ryan had the nasty curveball. So that's Ryan strikes out the side, but he gives up 3 runs in the midst of it. It's 3-0 to Kansas City over California, and California is going to send up the bottom of the order in this one against Rich Gale. Gale, 9-10, 34 games pitched, 565. I think that's a FIP. I have to go back and check, but I think it's 565 FIP, 103 strikeouts to 99 walks. Not an overpowering pitcher. Probably going to be pitching to contact a lot. Brian Downing, first up in the second inning, a 62 to him. There's no K modifier and a +3 on the walks. So no K modifier means the ground outs are going to be true. So 62, that's going to be a grounder. What is it? An 11? That'll be a routine grounder. 6-3 on the put out. And that'll be out number 1. Bobby Grich to the plate. Gritch, a right-handed batter. 72, another true ground out. 79 will be a grounder into the hole at shortstop. Now we need to do an error check on the shortstop, so let's do that. The shortstop is not Campaneris. Who is it? Freddie Patek. Patek is a 95, so 1 to 95. He makes the play. He does make the play, and with nobody on base, that's going to be a put out to first base. So a nice play by Freddie Patek in the hole as he backhands and makes a good throw to first. And Larry Harlow is going to come up. He's the center fielder. Harlow is here, left-handed batter. 48 is into his strikeout range. 31 will be the swings and misses a slider that falls out of the zone. So swing, strikeout, that should be 2, that should be 3. And a 1-2-3 inning for Rich Gale against the California Angels. As we head to the top of the third, it's 3-0 Kansas City over California. And Kansas City will send up Cowens, Porter, and George Scott. 92 to Al Cowens is going to be into his line-out range. A 27 on a line-out is a line-out to second base, so he shoots it the other way. Nice catch at second base from Bobby Gritch. Darryl Porter to the plate, a 32. He struck out in his first at-bat. Porter, a 32, is into his strikeout range, but Nolan Ryan has a +4, so 24 to 35 is his walks. And 100 on a walk. Batter fouls off 7 pitches and eventually draws the walk. All right, so great at bat for Darryl Porter, who gets on base via the walk. And there's 1 out, 1 on for George Scott. George Scott, a 54. That is going to be a strikeout as Nolan throws one by him. Batter's late to the fastball, and he can't catch up. That's out number 2. We have a runner at first base with 2 outs now, and Pete Lecoq to the plate. He singled and scored in his first at-bat, and here he is going to ground out for a lefty. That's going to be a routine 4-3 putout, so we'll go 4-3. And that will be it. Kansas City strands 1 in the third. We head to the bottom of the third. It's 3-0 Kansas City over California. The game's a little bit of a throwback, kind of old school in its approach to things. Simple, but highly extensible if you wanted to add even more detail than we have already. It'll be Tom Donahue, Campaneris, and Carney Lansford. Donahue, the catcher, a 61 to him is going to be a ground out, and that will be a routine grounder to shortstop. 6-3 on the putout. A 98 to Bert Campaneris. Campy is here. A 98 is going to be a pop-up. 36. That'll be a pop foul. Popped up behind home plate. The catcher makes the catch. So we'll call it FO2. And that'll be out number 2. A 90 for Carney Lansford. 90 is going to be a line out as he hits it hard. A 100 on a line out is a diving catch in shallow center field. So excellent catch out there made by Amos Otis as he came in on a sinking liner and makes a catch for out number 3. Terrific play. Another 1-2-3 inning for Kansas City against California. And we go to the top of the fourth. 3-0 is our score. The game moving along quite well at this point. Amos Otis, Frank White, and Freddie Patek. Amos Otis, a 2 RBI triple in his first at-bat. Here he will strike out, and that is a swing and miss on a fastball at the top of the zone. Nolan Ryan blowing gas today, as he did all season. 223 strikeouts in 34 games. We have a 27 6 to Frank White, who was a strikeout victim in his first at-bat. He's going to walk here. 55 is just sort of your run-of-the-mill ball 4. Puts Frank White at first. He is an SB plus, and his stolen base rate is an 81. So 81 is a pretty high number. We're going to go ahead and send him. Oh, and Tom Donahoe says, "Not so fast, my friend." And so he catches Frank White trying to steal second base. And that'll be 2 outs in the inning with Freddie Patek coming to the plates. Freddie Patek, a 58, is going to be a strikeout. And pitcher puts it on the black, and he watches for strike 3. Thought that the ball was a little outside. Nolan Ryan puts it right there, and that is out number 3. So Kansas City goes down in the 4th. They still have a 3-0 lead as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Let's see if California can get something going with the middle of the order. It'll be Ford, Baylor, and Willie Aikens. Aikens, a longtime Kansas City Royal. I think that happens later in his career. 74 to Dan Ford. 74 is going to be a ground out. And for a righty, 75 is a hard grounder up the middle. This is to the shortstop. We have an error check here. So let's see if the shortstop makes the play. It's Freddie Patek. He is going to make the play. And that's going to be a 6-3 putout. As Patek makes a good catch and gets the throw over to first. A 98 to Don Baylor will be a pop out. And the pop out is up to the catcher, just in front of home plate. And so we'll go P2. Oh, don't need that. 2 outs, not 3. And a 24 to Willie Aikens. Willie Aikens, where is he? 24 is going to be a walk. So 15 says the batter takes a close pitch for ball 4. So Willie Aikens at first base. He is a stolen base rating of 27. So 1 to 27. He is definitely not going anywhere. 36 for Brian Downing. 36 is just into his K range, but Rich Gale has a +3, so 28 to 38. 36 is within that range, so that's going to be a walk. Pitcher misses location on a 3-1 pitch, and that's 2 walks in a row. As Brian Downing patiently takes ball 4 on a 3-1 pitch. Might have another one here, Bobby Grich. He is going to walk as well. So that the batter works the count full. Pitcher fails to throw a strike. 3-2. So he's out there struggling. 3 straight walks. And Rich Gale in a little bit of hot water. And let's see if he can get out of it. Larry Harlow. Larry Harlow, a left-handed batter. He's playing in center field. An 80 is going to be a fly out. And that will be to the warning track in right field, so he almost popped one out. Wow, the Kansas City crowd was up on that one, hoping that the light hitting Larry Harlow was going to hit one out. Just a .233 hitter, no homers and 14 RBIs, but he takes one to the warning track, and that will end the inning as Kansas City dodges a bullet there. All right, we go to the 5th, 3-0. It was almost 4-3, just a few more feet. And it will be Willie Wilson, George Brett, and Al Cowens for Kansas City. Willie Wilson, a single and an RBI in his last at-bat. A 4 is going to be a double as he hits one. He's a left-handed batter, 74. He's really got Nolan Ryan's number. 74 is going to be the center fielder, slips, trying to throw the ball in, and the batter takes second base. So that's we'll call that a single and an error, I guess. Let's hear. Single with an E8. So, batter takes second base. Not really a true double, but George Brett is up. He struck out twice. 28, though. He might get the better of him. That's going to be a single. 33 on a single is going to be a bouncer past the second baseman, a single into right field. And Willie Wilson has great speed. His extra base rating is a 72. I revamped all the extra base ratings, and so 72 is really good. So we're going to take a chance. In right field, the throw comes into the plate. A 79. Oh my gosh, can you believe it? They throw out Willie Wilson at the plate. Ay caramba. So this is a 9-2 put out, and that's out number 1. Runner's going to hold it first. Brett thought he had an RBI single there. He's at first base now with 1 out, and Al Cowens to the plate, 88. That's why you play the game, right? So this is going to be a fly out. Cowens is a right-hander. A fly out to... that'll be a routine fly out to center field. We do have an error check just to make sure. No error on the play. So we'll go F8 on the put out. And we can, on flyouts, you can do things like this base running on flyouts. So you can see how was it hit, shallow, medium, or deep. It was a medium fly ball, so there's no modifier to the player's XB rating. So if he wanted to advance, he would just have to go off of whatever his extra base rating is, which is a 61. So he'd be a 1 to 61 to advance on that fly out. So depending on how deep the ball is hit, you can see here you get extra. If it's hit to the warning track, you get a plus 30. So he would be a 90, 91. So he would be almost guaranteed if you wanted to go back and tag up and advance him on that play. So Darryl Porter to the plate. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk. And Porter is here with a 68. 68 is going to be a ground out. And for a lefty, that will be a routine ground out to second base. We'll go 4-3 on the put out. And that will end the inning. So great play here by the right fielder, Dan Ford, who throws out Willie Wilson at the plate. And he will hang that on his mantle. Willie Wilson, a speedster. And we go to the bottom of the 5th. 3-0 is our score. California being shut out. Let's see if they can turn the tide. It'll be Donahue, Campaneris, and Lansford. Our pitcher Gale can go 6 innings before he starts to meet the qualifications. So we'll see how that goes. 90 to Donahue. A 90 is going to be a line out. And for a righty, that will be a low liner to center field, and it's caught on a slide. Amos Otis out there running stuff down as he slides feet first and makes the catch. Bert Campaneris to the plate. Campy is 1 for 2. 42 to Campaneris is into the strikeout range, and that will be a caught looking on a nasty curveball. So he goes down looking. Brings up Carney Lansford. Lansford's going to get a base hit here, I think. Lansford, an 8 is going to be a double as he lines one into the left field corner. One hops the wall, and he's going to roll into second base with a double. He's now 1 for 3. Dan Ford to the plate. 57 to Ford. He's 0 for 2. 57 will be a ground out as he hits it to the third baseman. Long throw across the diamond for George Brett, but he makes the throw to first for out number 3. California strands a runner in scoring position. We go to the top of the 6th inning. Kansas City up 3-0 on the Angels. For Kansas City, it'll be George Scott, Pete Lecoq, and Amos Otis. 42 to Scott. I saw him here. Here he is. 42 is going to be a strikeout from Nolan Ryan. Batter swings at a slow curveball and he misses. Nolan Ryan's curveball was a hammer. Another strikeout for Ryan. 60 to Pete Lecoq is going to be, up to a 66 because of Ryan's K rating. So that's going to be another strikeout. As he swings at an inside fastball, he gets locked up and he cannot make contact. So Nolan Ryan feeling it here in the 6th. A 0-0-5 though to Amos Otis. 5 is going to be a double as he... as he rips one into the left center field gap. Into the left center field gap. That one's going to roll all the way to the wall. And that's no issue for Amos Otis as he's in there standing up. He is a super fast stolen base guy, at least. His extra base is not so great. But Frank White to the plate with a chance to knock a runner in. A 0-0-4, he could be doing better than that. 4 is going to be a 2-bagger. 21 will be a line drive into the left center field gap. They cut it off before it gets to the wall, but too late, and that's going to score a run. That's going to make it 4-0. As Frank White with the RBI double into left center field. Freddie Patek to the plate. Patek is 0 for 1. 68 is going to be a ground out. Yeah, just barely. Almost a strikeout. So it's going to be a ground out. Patek a righty. And that will be a ground out to the shortstop. We'll go the long way, 6-3 on the putout. And 1 run comes in the 6th for Kansas City. It's now 4-0 as Nolan Ryan, periods of inconsistent greatness, is getting no help from the offensive end. Let's see if that can change. Don Baylor, Akins, and Brian Downing. Baylor 1 for 2 with a single and a pop-up. 62 is going to be a ground out this time. 24 on a ground out is going to be a routine grounder to third base. Gloved by the third baseman George Brett and over to first for out number 1. Brings out Willie Akins. 41 to Akins is into the strikeout range. 31 is a swing and a miss on a slider that falls out of the zone. So breaking ball gets him, and that's going to bring up Brian Downing. Downing walked his last at bat, one of the great triumvirate of walks given up by Rich Gale. Gale did finally get out of that with a deep fly ball to right field, but we have an 82 this time to Brian Downing. 82 is going to be into the flyout range. 6 on a flyout is going to be a routine fly to center field. Let's check the error on the center fielder. No error on the catch. And so that'll be a 1-2-3 inning for Rich Gale in the 6th. Maybe his last inning. Let's see. And I'm going to have to go back and double check all the double check that. Not sure. I'll have to look and see in the instructions. I don't think I have those right here next to me. So I have to look in the instructions. There's a couple of qualifications if things happen when you go past the player's innings pitched. So if he goes out into the 7th, if these things happen, he has to come out. So we'll have to look at that again. I don't have them memorized yet. Bobby Grich to the plate. He is 0 for 1, 51 to Grich. We got to get... Oh, sorry. It's going to be Willie Wilson. Yeah, okay, we're right. Willie Wilson with a 51. That's going to be into Nolan Ryan's strikeout range. So he is caught looking on a filthy curveball. Had quite a few of those as he goes down looking. It'll be George Brett to the plate. Brett 1 for 3 on the day. 65 will be a strikeout again, and a 39 is going to be down looking at a curveball that drops into the zone, buckles his knees, and Brett was looking fastball, got curveball, and Nolan Ryan is bringing it. 23 to Al Cowens. 23 is going to be into his single range. A 7 to a righty is going to be a grounder through the left side and into left field. So 2-out single for Al Cowens. Brings up Darryl Porter. 12 is pretty good. Porter, a 12, is going to be into his single range. So a 37 to a lefty is going to be a sharp grounder past the first baseman into right field. That will get the runner all the way to third as he's running with 2 outs. And that brings up George Scott with a chance to drive in a run. A 7 for Scott. I know he's here somewhere. That'll be a 2-bagger as he hits one down the left field line, and he will roll into second base standing up. That's going to score 2 runs as everybody is off and going on the hit with 2 outs, and that extends the lead to 6-0, and we're going to get a pitching change here. We'll get Nolan out of the game. All right, coming into the game to relieve Nolan Ryan is Dave LaRoche. He will come in with 2 outs in the 7th inning. Nolan Ryan, 6 2/3, 11 hits. So far, 6 runs, all of them earned, and 3 walks, 12 strikeouts, no hit by pitch. And we'll see, he is responsible for this runner here. So we'll see what happens with Pete Lecoq. 17 for Lecoq is going to be a single, and a 56 to a lefty is a blooper into shallow center field. That's going to score another run, so we'll call that a book closed on Nolan Ryan. And it's 3 runs in. It's now 7-0. And this game getting out of hand late. A 72, that is to Amos Otis. Otis is 2 for 3 with a double and a triple. A 72 is not going to make it happen. That's a ground out. His Ks are +3, so 59. So that'll be a ground out, a right-hander, 12. That's going to be a grounder to the shortstop. We'll go the long way, and that'll be out number 3, but not before Kansas City puts up 3 more. They now have 7, and it is 7-0 Kansas City over the Angels on the road. Kansas City pouring it on. We will head to the 7th inning. I told you I would double check on the what the rules were. Let me go ahead and double check on that. All right, so I clarified the rules on the pitcher stamina because Rich Gale is going into the 7th inning. So the rule is if the opposing team gets 2 runners on base in the inning, he has to be removed, or if he gives up a run, then he has to be taken out. Obviously, you can do what you want to do. He's up 7-0, so giving up a run is not the worst thing in the world, but I'll play it straight up like that. Bobby Grich, Larry Harlow, and Tom Donahue. 81 to Bobby Grich is going to be a flyout as he hits this one. He's a right-hander, so he's going to fly out to shallow right field. We have to do a defense check on the right fielder. This is our first one of the game. So we got a shallow fly ball to right field. We got Al Cowens out there. He's a -11. Not a great chance to catch the ball. He's going to be here. Only a 1-25. He makes the catch. Of course, he makes the catch. So a fly out to right. Shallow right field, hustling in is Al Cowens. He only had a 25% chance of making the catch, and of course he made it. A 95 to Larry Harlow. All things are going right for Kansas City. A 95 to Larry Harlow is going to be a pop-up. For a lefty, this is going to be a pop-up to first base. It's near the dugout, and there will be room to make the catch, and that will be a foul out to the first baseman. Tom Donahoe to the plate. 76 for Donahue. He is 0 for 2. That's going to be a fly ball, and that one is a shallow fly ball to left field. So we got to do another defense check, as this one is falling fast. Willie Wilson is out in left field, though. So he has about a 93% chance of making the catch. And he will get there on the run and make the catch. So nice play out in left. That's a 1-2-3 inning for Rich Gale as he gets through the 7th, and he's got the road paved for a complete game if he can keep runners off base. As we head to the 8th inning, we'll keep Dave LaRoche out there again. He got one out in the 7th. He'll face off against Frank White, Freddie Patek, and Willie Wilson. Frank White, an RBI double in his last at-bat. Not as lucky here. He is going to 66. That'll be a ground out. 38 on a ground out is a grounder back to the pitcher. Pitcher fields it and tosses to first base for out number 1. Freddie Patek 0 for 2. 39 to him. Will be into his strikeout range. A 4 is batter watches the pitch for a called strike 3. Ouch. Got to swing the bat, Freddie, but he's trying to be patient. And we go to the top of the order with Willie Wilson. 59. Wilson is 2 for 4 with a couple of singles and an RBI. 59 to Wilson will be a strikeout. So 79. That is the batter struggles to pick up the ball out of the pitcher's hand, and he is going to strike out looking. So that is out number 3. 1-2-3 inning for Dave LaRoche in the 8th. 7-0 is our score. Kansas City over California. And we will head to the top of the 8th inning, bottom of the 8th inning. California sends up the top of the order against Rich Gale. 10 is going to be Bert Campaneris. He's already 1 for 3. Campaneris on a 10 is going to be a base hit. A 99 on a single will be a broken bat flare. Drops into shallow left. He gets jammed, but he muscles it out into left field. That'll be Campaneris at first base. There's a chance to steal. Let's go ahead and steal second. 33. He's going to be in there. He's in 1-80. And so he's into second with a stolen base. And that'll bring up Carney Lansford. Remember, if we get 2 runners on, we need to remove the pitcher. 1 is going to be a rare play. So 0-0-1, that's a rare play. And the rare play is a 13. I didn't print my rare plays front and back this time. So 13, the ball is stuck between the batter's legs after a check swing, and it's ruled a foul ball. So we're going to re-roll. Always a chance for something wild to happen. The 70 to Carney Lansford. 70 is going to be a ground out, and that's a 100. So 100 on a ground out is a high chopper to third base, and we have to check the batter's XB rating. So we're going to roll against that. His XB rating is a 53. So 1 to 53, he'll be safe. Otherwise, he's out, and he is going to be safe at first on the infield single. Going to third base is going to be Campaneris. Actually, he would not. I don't think he would go there. Let's see, a ground ball to third base. Runner at second. Grounder to third base, the runner holds. Okay, so we're going to just follow that. So we'll have runners at first and second, and we need to remove the pitcher. So I don't think they have a proper closer. They don't. Quisenberry is about as good a closer as you're going to get. So let us go with Gary Christensen, Craig Eaton. Those guys didn't get in much. Quisenberry can go 2 innings, so let's just go with that. He's going to have a long chance here. So Quisenberry will come in with nobody out in the 8th inning. And the reason that we're taking Gale out is because we've reached he's past his stamina, which is 6. He can continue to pitch. If he lets 2 runners on base, he's out. If he gives up a run, then he's out. So 2 runners on, nobody out. Dan Ford to the plate. A 16 for Dan Ford is going to be a base hit. 43 is a line drive just over the shortstop. That's going to be a single into left field. So that will finally push that runner over. And we got to make a decision here. Will we send Campaneris? Bert Campaneris. His extra base is a 44. I am not inclined to send him. That's about league average. So we'll hold him up. And that's going to be bases loaded for Don Baylor. A 25 could be good things. Don Baylor, an excellent hitter. 25 is going to be a base hit. 48 for a righty is going to be a soft liner into center field. So not hit well. But it falls for a base hit. That's going to score the runner from third. And that will lead to an RBI. Carney Lansford. His extra base rating is a 53. I'm willing to leave him there for Willie Aikens, so bases loaded as the merry-go-round continues. 51 to Willie Aikens. They really need runs in bunches, so one more single run is not going to help them. 51 will be a strikeout. Quisenberry is a -5 on his strikeout, so that is not a strikeout. That's actually a ground out. 46 to a lefty is going to be a 4-6-3 double play, as that will score a run. So we'll go 4-6-3. There's no RBI. This guy is going to be out on a fielder's choice. He'll go to third, and he is going to score. So a run comes in on the bases loaded 4-6-3 double play. Brian Downing to the plate, a 55. Kansas City happy to give up a run for the 2 outs. 55 is normally a strikeout, but that's going to, because of the -5 here for Quisenberry, that becomes a 36 to 53. So an 87 is a ground out to a right-hander. And that will be a slow roller. All runners are going to be safe. Wow. So that brings in a run, and that's an RBI on the single. 35 to Bobby Grich. 35 will be into his strikeout range. So his walks are also a -4, so that means his strikeout kind of shifts his strikeout range down. But that is going to be a strikeout, as he is fooled by a sharp breaking curveball. Swing and a miss. That'll be out number 3. So Quisenberry comes in and gives up 1 run, but 3 overall. So that should close the book on Rich Gale. Let me do that real quick. All right, so that closes the book on Rich Gale. He goes 7 innings, gives up 5 hits, 2 runs, both earned. 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, no hit by pitch. And he is in line for the win after a nice performance against California. California does score 3. It's 7-3. And we head to the top of the 9th inning. Dave LaRoche. Let's see if he can finish this out. He can go 3 for his stamina, so we'll just leave him out there against George Brett. 77 against Brett will be a ground out. And an 88 to a lefty. That's going to be a slow roller, and all runners are safe. So, safe on the grounder. He's 2 for 5 on the day. 66 to Al Cowens. Cowens, sorry, is 1 for 4. 66 is going to be a ground out. 89 to a righty. That's a high chopper to third base. We're going to check the XB rating of the guy running to first, the batter. Al Cowens, he's a 45, so 1 to 45, he's safe, and he is going to beat out the throw. So that's going to be another infield single. So 2 singles, and the ball has not gotten out of the infield. And it'll be Darryl Porter to the plate. Porter is 1 for 3. 65 for Porter will be another ground out. A 20 is a little more conventional. That'll be a routine 3 unassisted. So the first baseman is going to take it to first. That'll be out number 1. Everyone moves up on the fielder's choice. And we have runners at second and third with 1 out for George Scott. 93, I believe he's going to get a pop-up here. Let's see, George Scott. Nope, that'll be a line drive to 61. And a line drive to 61 is a hard liner to right field. Coming in hard is the right fielder, Dan Ford. He'll make the catch, and all runners hold. So, no chance to advance. And that will bring up Pete Lecoq, the DH. He is 2 for 4 with an RBI. And a run scored. A 006 is going to be a double. As Lecoq, a 12, that's going to be a deep drive into the right center field gap. That's going to one-hop the wall. He's going to drive in both runs, and Kansas City gets those runs back. And Lecoq with 3 RBIs on the day and 3 hits. So vying for player of the game status, it's 10 to 3. And it'll be Amos Otis coming to the plate. An 80 for Otis, who's 2 for 4. An 80 is going to be a fly ball that goes to deep left field. It will be playable. And that'll be caught for the third out. So Kansas City comes back with 2 more in the 9th off of Dave LaRoche. And we go to the bottom of the 9th. We're going to leave our guy out there, Quisenberry. Quisenberry can go 2 innings, so going to give him those 2 innings. He'll face off against Harlow, Donahue, and Campaneris. Don't know much about their guys on the bench. Maybe Rick Miller would be someone. Let's bring in Rick Miller. Let's do that as a pinch hitter. So pinch hitter in the 9th. And let's see what he's got. 36. Actually, let's just re-roll. He's a new batter. Let's just re-roll. A 6 is going to be a triple to Rick Miller. 72 to a lefty is a miss cut off by the second baseman. And the lead runner can try to score using the XB. So the cutoff is missed. We can try to get them to score. I don't think we're going to do that, but that's a triple. So, a 1 out, or a leadoff triple. All right, Tom Donahue to the plate. A 19 for Donahue is going to be a base hit. So 25 to the right-handed catcher. 25 is going to be a line drive to left field. That's a clean single. And a run will come in. Bert Campaneris to the plate. Campaneris, 2 singles on the day, a stolen base. He also scored a run. He will have a 55 here. 55 is into the ground out range, 79 to a righty, will be a grounder into the hole at shortstop. We got to check an error rating. So he makes the play at short with a runner at first. With a runner at first and nobody out, a double play attempt. So we're going to call this guy out on a fielder's choice. And then we need to roll against the batter's XB rating, which is basically a speed rating. So 1 to 44, he'll beat it out at first. Otherwise, it's double play. 71, that's going to be a double play as we go 6-4-3. And that is 2 down in the inning. So nice job by Quisenberry to get the ground ball to short. Good play at short by Freddie Patek, who makes a tough grab and turns 2. Carney Lansford to the plate. Lansford is 2 for 4. 38 to Lansford will be into his strikeout range, and that's going to be, he was fooled by a sharp breaking ball. On a swing and a miss, he is down on strikes, and that is how this one's going to end. So California gets 1, but that's far from enough, and this one is going to be 1, 5, 6, 9 to 4 is our final. And let me go back and tally everything up, and we'll come back and finish this one off. All right, and we are back with the final here. Kansas City wins 9 to 4. For Kansas City, it's 9 runs on 15 hits and no errors. For California, it is 4 runs on 9 hits and 1 error. The winning pitcher is going to be Rich Gale for Kansas City, and he goes 7 innings, gives up 5 hits and 2 runs. Quisenberry comes in, pitches 2 innings, gives up 2 runs himself. No walks and 2 Ks. The losing pitcher is Nolan Ryan. Ryan goes 6 2/3, gives up 11 hits, 7 runs, 3 walks, but he did have 12 strikeouts. So he was working it with the strikeout pitch, but it was either a strikeout or giving up runs for him. So that's he got banged around pretty good. Dave LaRoche came in 2 1/3 innings, gave up 4 hits and 2 runs as well. So this is playing using the latest and newest iterations of the game. This is AIG Baseball. If you are interested in playing this game, you can email me at clarkandaddisongaming@gmail.com. Very soon I will have this available for you to download freely at the website, clarkandaddisongaming.com. And you'll be able to just play out this entire 79 season as a beta. So if you want to wait for that to happen, you can email me if you are itching to play it right now. If you have played earlier versions of the game and you want to play this one, just email me and let me know. Again, you're going to get all the components I talked about at the beginning. These score sheets come off of DigiDugout. They're pre-filled, and all I did was put in the player's defensive rating, which is in parentheses, and their error rating, which you can see here, the ER rating for each player. That way I can just kind of quickly reference it without having to try to flip over the sheets and find them and all that. You can see that we didn't have any home runs in this one, but we had some triples and home runs. Everything is based off of splits. So whether the batter is right-handed or left-handed, there's no actual interaction between the pitchers and the handedness or anything like that. If you can think of a way to sort of bring that in, that would be okay. There's nothing inherently good or bad about any of the plays off of the outcome sheet. So it's not like you can subtract 10 and these plays get worse or something like that. So just have to figure out how to adjust things here. Maybe it can be like a -5 to all hits or something like that. But yeah, that's how it is. So all of these stats here, so I'll just walk through them. These are games pitched, the win-loss record, I believe it's FIP that I use, but it could be ERA, the strikeouts and walks. For batters, it's games played, batting average, home runs, RBIs, and then stolen bases, successful, and caught stealing. So you can see sort of how much they ran during the year and that kind of thing. So again, just reach out to me if you want to play this game. AIG Basketball up on the website. It's in production. You can check that out. Just $10 gets you a whole season. And you can see I've been playing through the 72 NBA Finals, trying to get through that before I go on vacation, and we'll see if I can get through that. But I just finished these yesterday, so I wanted to get this out there and let everybody know that this is coming. And AIG Hockey is getting very close to being released as a beta as well. So all these things kind of being developed at the same time are starting to come to fruition at the same time as people are testing it and playing it. AIG Soccer is now in beta stage, so you can go to clarkandAddisongaming.com. You can download AIG Soccer, which is a super fun soccer game that kind of moves you down the field from midfield all the way toward the goal. And you can get the 2024 English Premier League teams that are rated for that game, and includes one star striker, which is the sort of the main goal scorer for each team, and there's a special kind of rule in there that they get a better chance at a shot. A really fun game. I'm not a soccer guy necessarily, but I feel like it's a really good introduction to soccer. So if you have never really known much about soccer, but you're kind of interested from the outside, you can pick it up. It'll sort of give you the basics and the game flow of soccer so that you can begin to understand what's going on the field, maybe appreciate it a little bit more. It's built for solo play, so it's really easy to pick up, and it's kind of there's not a lot of decisions to be made. You're sort of watching the action on the field, on the pitch, and it comes with a little game mat that you can keep and control. You can visually see where the ball is going on the pitch at all times. So it's a really fun game. I've got lots of, well, not a lot of videos, but 3 or 4 videos of me playing that. So you can check that out. The games only take like 20 minutes to play. So if you are looking for something kind of quick and an introduction, especially to soccer, but I think there's enough detail in there that even if you're a hardcore soccer fan, you'll be like, okay, this is like a really fun game to be able to kind of capture the spirit of soccer and the flow. Flow sports are notoriously difficult on the tabletop. I'm trying to work with the AI to smooth out some of those difficulties and make the flow sports a little bit easier. AIG Hockey is one that makes hockey fun. The back and forth, it gives you quite a bit of detail in the game. You get shots from different parts of the ice, and different player attributes contribute to the dice rolls for shooting and goalkeeping and stuff like that. So a lot of fun. You can check that out. I've got videos on here for AIG Hockey as well, and just need to get the teams together for that. Otherwise, there's a couple of other things to add, and I still have testers who are testing that game too. All right. And any other games that I have, up-tempo basketball, precision baseball is a really deep, sort of very detailed baseball game, much more than this, and a lot more decisions to make, and a more detailed pitcher system. The caveat for that game is that it's going to be mostly modern seasons, as I'm using the most advanced and the most recent StatCast data for that. So 2003 is as far back as I can go without making stuff up. So all of the ratings and all of the numbers and everything like that are actually based on real statistics. So the players should perform beautifully on the tabletop. And you can check that out. It's a highly extensive game because with a lot of great components and things to print out and sort of extras that you can add in, all the things that you would probably want in a detailed baseball game. On-base baseball is a classic. It's sort of a mixture of strat and app, kind of in that same vein. And it's a really cool, just kind of dice rolling experience. Real free, real loose. Don't have to think a lot, although you can input any sort of strategies that you want to. You can overlay and bring in strategies or charts from different games. You can create your own charts if you are in a DIY kind of mood and you want to work within the realm of the game, or you can bring in any dice combinations that you want, create your own amazing charts. You could use these charts if you wanted to on base hits. So there's lots of things you can do with that game. You get batting, defense, and fielding. Those are sort of your main 3 things. All the results, if you play with the cards, are on the cards, whether it's a pitcher or batter. There's also a way to play without cards, using a roster sheet and just transferring that data over to a score sheet, and then you play off of sort of a centralized, whatever those things were on the player cards are put into one single sheet where you have different player abilities and different pitcher abilities all on the same one. That's called the game engine chart. And you can download different eras and play modern players in different eras, or classic players in modern eras, or whatever you want to do. So it's a very free form game. Kind of make it what you want. That's what I've always intended it to be. And it's super fun. A lot of people enjoy it. It's my most enjoyed game. And it's usually the entryway into Clark and Addison Gaming. And play action football is the other big one. So with football season ramping up, I think in July you start to get into training camp, and definitely in August you're starting to ramp up into preseason. So we'll be handling that pretty quickly. I'm about a third of the way through 2024, so I need to finish off those seasons and make sure I get those completed. And then I'm hoping to have that available before the 2025 season starts. But super fun football game. You can check out Jason Flash Football. That's the YouTube channel. He has a host of all types of games, but he loves to play football games, and he is stuck on to play action football, and actually has several games on there. He's much better to listen to playing play action football than I am, so you should go, and he's much more exciting and excited about the football games and using the game engine. So go check that out. Support him. He's doing a lot of really great work. He's also a designer. We had a chat not long ago that you can find on his channel as well. And that was really good to be able to talk with him. All right, I will cut it off here. So this game ends 9-4. This is Kansas City over California from 1979. Again, this will be our beta season. So when this is ready to rock and roll, I will release it out onto the website for you to download free. I'll let the whole world know. So whether you're on Delphi or YouTube or on Facebook, whatever, I will let everybody know that the download is available. Give you a link, and you can go there and download it for free. You'll be able to play out the whole season if you want to. And what I'm really looking for is more feedback from a larger community. So if there are any things that need to be changed, or you see typos or whatever it is, you just let me know, and we'll try to smooth out any rough edges on the game before it goes into production. That is the hope. All right. I think that's it from here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.